And we're all set for the third race. Field of 7. They are approaching the top of the stretch. There's Pee Wee Patty with Elmore White. General Fast and Wayne Mahar. High Fly, Jody Hennessy. Tavern's Dan with Randy Phillips. Mingy Special, Steve Mahar. Fighting Promise with Bob Stevenson and 3D Dodger, Gary Vincent. Here they come. Clear off and High Fly grabs the early lead. Then General Fast racing a second. Mingy Special driving up and up on the inside. Pee Wee Patty gets through, and they're racing round the turn with High Fly on top. Mingy Special in between horses gets to second. Pee Wee Patty's on the trail third. 3D Dodgers out 3 wide, and he's racing on from fourth. They go battling to the quarter. Mingy Special challenging 4, and he takes the lead. And moving up behind him, 3D Dodger going 4, and he is now a second. High Fly racing third now. Pee Wee Patty has the fourth. Quarter 31 and 4. Swinging into the top turn, it is Mingy Special, High Fly, 3D Dodger parked at third. Pee Wee Patty's racing a fourth. Then it is General Fast moving off the rail. Tavern's Dan fighting Promise trails. Through the stretch they come driving to the half and the leader. On the inside is Mingy Special. 3D Dodger hangs a second. High Fly third on the rail. Outside with cover, General Fast is fourth. Pee Wee Patty's on the rail fifth. Tavern's Dan outside. Fighting Promise trails on the rail. They're by the half and 3. Round the turn they go racing to the 5/8. Up front and pacing on top. It is Mingy Special, High Fly. Sitting a second on the rail. 3D Dodger hanging a third. Up on the inside, Pee Wee Patty. General Fast swings out 3 wide. Rushing on now from 4. Pee Wee Patty fifth. Fighting Promise and the Tavern's Dan. They're racing to the 3/4, and they go by it now, and Mingy Special's out by 2. 3/4, 1:35 and 1. Around the top turn, Mingy Special, but 2.5. High Fly racing second, Pee Wee Patty third. Fighting Promise coming up on the inside. Racing now from fourth and coming on, and they hit the head of the lane, swinging a 4 home. It is Mingy Special, High Fly racing a second. Mingy Special, High Fly, Pee Wee Patty driving on third. Then Fighting Promise, and here they are right up the line. Mingy Special, High Fly, tight for show between Fighting Promise and Pee Wee Patty. The time for the mile, 2:07 and 1. At the wire now, the winner of the third, number 5, Mingy Special, brown mare formed by Horton Hanover from Star News, owned by Galen Dempsey and Norman Lord of Rolling Dam, trained and driven by Steve Mahar. Win number 13 this year for Mingy Special tonight, 2:07 and 1. And the result of the third is now official. Pee Wee Patty third. The General Fast was fifth. High Fly second. Tavern's Dan was sixth. Mingy Special, your race winner. Fighting Promise was fourth. And 3D Dodger seventh. Race times, quarter 31 and 4. The half 1:03. 3/4, 1:35 and 1. The time for the mile, 2:07 and 1. Your exactor, 5 and 3. Paid $30.40. Triacta 531. Paid $149.30. We're all set now for the fourth. Field of 9 approaching top of the stretch. Destiny Dillon, Mark Collins, S.F. Barron, Herman Renault, Spring River, Ross McDonald, The Trotter, Nick Rob Champ with Sam Hodgin, Charlie Ho, Wayne Mahar, Peter Meir, Bob Stevenson, Iota Adios, Steve Mahar, P.H. Bill, John Davidson, Miramichi Dash with Tony Watson. Here they come. There off in Spring River shows on the top. Then moving up in the outside, Charlie Ho drives on to a second. Peter Meir outside of him racing a third. Iota Adios goes to fourth. And scattering the field. Spring River off stride but back pacing quickly, and they go by the eighth. And it's on up the backstretch, racing now on to the quarter. And out from second goes Spring River, back charging for the top again. Charlie Ho has it. Spring River challenging. They're neck and neck, and P.H. Bill drives to third. Peter Meir is racing a fourth. Destiny Dillon has fifth. Iota Adios racing up on the outside, and they're by the quarter, 31 and 1. Around the top turn, Spring River by a length. Charlie Ho second. P.H. Bill outside third. Peter Meir racing a fourth. Then Destiny Dillon and Iona Adios. They're neck and neck, and through the stretch now they come driving on to the half. Pacing with the lead, Spring River. Charlie Ho is second. Peter Muir and P.H. Bill, and Iona Adios. Then Destiny Dillon moving up in between horses goes Miramichi Dash. Then Nick Robb Chapin on the rail, SF Baron. They were by the half and three. Around the turn they go racing it to the 5/8. And Spring River's out but two. Charlie Ho is second. Peter Muir third. Then Destiny Dillon has a fourth. Iona Adios 3 wide racing a fifth. Then Miramichi dashing to the extreme outside. Trotting on goes Nick Robb Champ. SF Baron, P.H. Bill now trails. And they're going to the 3/4, and Spring River's out now by 10 lengths. Spring River all alone. And the 3/4, 135 and 3. Out of the top turn, Spring River by about 9 lengths. Then racing second, Destiny Dillon. Then on the rail, Peter Muir has a third. They're by the 7/8, and they come swinging for home. And it is Spring River all alone. Racing second, Destiny Dillon. Nick Robb Chap trotting up strong on the outside is now a third. Miramichi Dash coming on. But up the line, it is a Spring River. Then Destiny Dillon, Nick Robb Chap in the run. Then Miramichi Dash for fourth. And the time for the mile, 2:09 and 3. Had a result of the fourth race now official. Destiny Dillon was second. SF Baron fifth. Spring River, your race winner. Nick Robb Champ finished third, was placed fourth. Set back for a lap-down break at the finish. Charlie Ho was eighth. Peter Muir seventh. Iona Adios sixth. P.H. Bill was ninth. Miramichi Dash finished fourth, was placed third. Race times quarter 31 and 1. The half 103. 3/4 135 and 3. The mile 2:09 and 3. Your exacta combinations, no tickets sold on 3 and 1 or 3 and 9. Mutuals pay 3 and 4. That returned $58.50. Triacta 319 paid $1,879.90. We're all set now for the fifth with a field of 9 approaching top of the stretch. Offshore Oil, John Davidson. Our East Coast with Tony Haig. Tis a Cloud, Owen Davies. Golden, Fellow Wayne Mahar, Maryland Breeze, Gary Vincent. Le Beauvier, Steve Mason, Hummer Garmin, Bill Nicholson. Shalom Allison with Stan Nelson. The trailer is English Colony with Steve Mahar, and here they come. There, off Maryland Breeze, going to the top outside of her. Hummer Garmin challenging, and Tis a Cloud going up and on the inside. Offshore Oil, and they're 4 wide around the turn. Offshore Oil pacing on top. Tis a Cloud challenging a second on the outside, and RV's caught up on the inside. Is now racing third. The 2 leaders neck and neck. Tis a Cloud goes to the top. Offshore Oil is second. RE's caught up tight. Racing a third. Maryland Breeze on the outside fourth. Hummer Garmin drives on from a fifth. Then it's English Colony, Golden, Fuddle Le Beauvier, Shalom Allison. By the opening quarter, 30 and 4/5. Round the top turn, Tis a Cloud leads by 2, and Hummer Garmin charging up on the outside. He comes driving on to a second. They swing off the top turn. Here they come. They're racing through the stretch onto the half. Tis a Cloud on the inside. Hummer Garmin on the outside. Offshore Oil is third. RE's quarter is fourth. Here comes English Colony moving fifth. Out 3 wide, Le Beauvier. Going on, they were by the half and 2 and 2. They swing into the turn now, go racing on for the 5/8. Tis a Cloud, the leader. Hummer Garmin at his wheel, challenging a second. Offshore Oil has third. English Colony outside, racing fourth. Going outside of him, Le Beauvier racing on fifth. Then it's RE's Colt Golden, Fellow Maryland Breeze, Shalom Allison. On to the 3/4, Le Beauvier moving fastest of all. Going on 3 wide, racing on from third. Le Beauvier now gets to second. 3/4, 134 and 3. Out of the top turn, Tis a Cloud. Le Beauvier Air lapped on the leader, challenging strong. A second, Humber Common has a third. English Colony's fourth. Offshore Oil is fifth. That is Golden Fella at now. They swing for home. 'Tis a Cloud Air driving a second. English Colony comes to third. 'Tis a Cloud on the inside. He's holding. And here they are at the line. 'Tis a Cloud Air. English Colony and Golden Fella gets fourth. The time for the mile, 2:06 and 2. Now parading the winner of the fifth race, number 3, 'Tis a Cloud. Bay pacing mare 5, the Cloud Cover from Ferrick's Flick, owned by Tony and Hal DeCourcy of Fredericton, trained and driven by Owen Davies. That's win number 4 this year for 'Tis a Cloud, winning tonight, 2:06 and 2. Race out of the fifth race now official. Offshore Oil 6th, our East Colt was 8th. 'Tis a Cloud, your race winner. Golden Fella 4th. Maryland Breeze was 9th. Air 2nd. Homer Common 5th. Shalom Allison 7th. And English Colony was 3rd. Race times quarter 30 and 4. The half 1:02 and 2. 3/4 1:34 and 3. Time for the mile 2:06 and 2. Quinella 3 and 6 paid 25 and 20. Triacta 369 paid $557.60. We're all set now for the sixth field of nine, approaching top of the stretch. The Chevron Jude with Mark Collett, PH Pacer Gary Vincent, Lonesome Bound Bob Stevenson, Val McGee last with Wayne Mahar, Harmony Greenwood, Elmore White, Verbatim with Steve Mahar, Buzz and Norman Ross McDonald, Mormac, Dinah, Judy Hennessy. The trailer is Gambling Doug with Bertie Charlton. Here they come. They're off and battling out of there, going to the top. It is Val McGee last. She's the leader, and up on the inside, Chevron Jude. They are 4 wide around the first turn. Chevron Jude outside of him. Val McGee last now gets to the top. Verbatim racing a third. Up the backstretch on to the quarter. And 'tis Val McGee last. Then the Chevron Jude. Verbatim driving a third. 3 wide. Buzz and Norman is fourth. Mormac Data going up in between horses fifth. Then it's Gambling Doug as they race on by the quarter in the 30 and 3/5, swinging into the top turn. Pacing on the top, it is Val McGee last now with Verbatim. Hanging a second, Chevron Jude is third. Mormac Dinah's racing a fourth, and off the turn they come racing through the stretch. They come driving onto the half. Pacing on top, Val McGee last. Verbatim parked second. Chevron Jude is third. Mormac Dinah's racing now fourth, moving with cover. Then it's Gambling Doug. Lonesome Bound on the inside. Buzz and Norman parked. Then Harmony Greenwood and PH Pacer, and they're by the half and 2. Round the turn, they go racing on to the 5/8. Neck and neck for the lead on the outside. Verbatim now the leader. Then Val McGee last is racing second. Mormac Dinah driving up in between horses, racing on third. Outside of her, Gambling Doug, 3 wide is fourth. Then Lonesome Bound moving up in between horses, looks for racing room. Then it's Chevron Jude, Harmony Greenwood. Then PH Pacer, Buzz and Norman not trails. 1:34 and 4 by the 3/4 into the top turn. The leader is Verbatim. Gambling Doug comes to a second. Then Mormac Dinah's third. Lonesome Bound swings out. 3 wide, comes on a strong fourth, and they come heading home now. Pacing with the lead, it is a Verbatim. Gambling Doug. Lonesome Bound on the outside, strong to the top. Lonesome Bound, and here they are at the line. It's Lonesome Bound, Gambling Doug, then Verbatim, and on the outside, Harmony Greenwood gets fourth. Time for the mile, 2:07 and 4. Parading now the winner of the sixth race, number 3, Lonesome Bound, a Bay Pacing Co-op 3, but bound to be from Hasty Tony, owned by Herb Kraft of St. John, trained by John Davies. Bob Stevenson driving. That's win number 7 this year for Lonesome Bound. Tonight, 2:07 and 4. The result of the sixth race, now official. Chevron Jude was seventh. P.H. Pacer sixth. Lonesome Bound, your race winner, Balmagie Lass was eighth. Harmony Greenwood third. Verbatim was fourth. Buzz and Norman ninth. Mormac Dinah fifth, and Gambling Doug was second. Race times quarter 30 and 3/5. The half 102. 3/4 1:34 and 4. The time for the mile 2:07 and 4. Quinella 1 at 9. Paid 146.70. And your Triactive 195. Rather 395. Paid 146.70. Or the Triactive 395 paid $1,807.65. We're all set down for the seventh race. Field of 9 approaching the top of the stretch. There's Derby Spread with Brian Moore. Cherry Frost with Phil Sowers. Arbor Coldtown, Jody Hennessy. Miramichi Leslie, Steve Mahar. J.B. Pendle, Dr. Hugh Baird. Revelry Inn with Stan Nelson. Super Joy, Mark Collett. Brighton Maid with Gary Vincent. The Trailer Shy Scotch with Ross McDonald. Here they come. Clear off Miramichi. Leslie has the lead on the inside, challenging fourth on the outside. J.B. Pendle into the turn. Miramichi Leslie holding her lead. J.B. Pendle challenging a second. Super Joy goes to a third. Then up on the outside, Arbor Coldtown racing a fourth. Derby Spread is fifth. Up the backstretch, pacing atop J.B. Pendle. Then Miramichi Leslie racing a second. Super Joy third. Arbor Coldtown fourth. Derby Spread racing fifth. Brighton Maid going up sixth on the outside. Then Shy Scotch. Then the Revelry Inn. Cherry Frost trails. Quarter 31 of the inquiry sign going up. Around the top turn, J.B. Pendle, Miramichi Leslie, Super Joy. Arbor Coldtown drives a fourth. They swing off the top turn and through the stretch they come racing to the half. J.B. Pendle the leader. Miramichi Leslie racing a second. Super Joy third. Arbor Coldtown on the outside racing on to third now. Super Joy is fourth. Brighton Maid outside fifth. Derby Spread, Revelry Inn. Shy Scotch and Cherry Frost the half and 3 and 3. They swing into the turn now and go racing on to the 5/8. J.B. Pendle, Miramichi Leslie. Super Joy racing third. Arbor Coldtown on the outside challenging fourth. On to the 3/4. J.B. Pendle, Miramichi Leslie. Out from second, a challenge now. Miramichi Leslie bids for the top, and she's the leader. J.B. Pendle racing second. He's on the run. They're by the 3/4, 36. J.B. Pendle back pacing. Miramichi Leslie moving away. Leads now by 6. J.B. Pendle racing second. Super Joy, Derby Spread, Arbor Coldtown, Shy Scotch. They come swinging for home, and it's Miramichi Leslie all alone. Miramichi Leslie, then J.B. Pendle up on the outside comes Derby Spread to the line. It is Miramichi Leslie. Then it's Derby Spread, Super Joy, and J.B. Pendle. The time for the mile, 2:06 and 3. The inquiry result of the seventh race now official. Derby Spread was second. Cherry Frost fifth. Then Arbor Coldtown was sixth. Miramichi Leslie, your race winner. J.B. Pendle was fourth. Revelry Inn eighth. Super Joy third. Brighton Maid was ninth, and Shy Scotch was seventh. Race times quarter 31, half 103 and 3. 3/4 136. Time for the mile 2:06 and 3. Your Exactive 4 and 1 paid $17.20. The Triactive 4-1-7 paid $421. All set for the eighth race. Field of 8 approaching the top of the stretch. We have Gideon LaBelle with Bob Stevenson, Diamond Digger Jody Hennessy, Matchless Winners Brian Moore, Thin Dylan Don Bickford, Mormac Doris with Wayne Mahar, Legitimate Power Mike Doyle, Dunmore Heather Steve Mahar, Miramichi Darrell Phil Sowers. Here they come. . Clear off and Diamond Digger has the lead on the inside. Matchless Winners going for it on the outside. He shows on top. They're neck and neck round the turn. Matchless Winners on the outside. Diamond Digger on the inside. Macmore Dars moves up on the outside. She's racing on third. Up the backstretch, racing now to the quarter. Matchless Winners. Macmore Dars up on the outside. Racing on second at the leader's wheel. Lopped on the leader now with Diamond Digger racing third on the rail. Gideon LaBelle is a fourth. Then Fen Dillon, Miramichi, Darrell, Legitimate Power on the outside. Dunmore, Heather trails. Opening quarter, 30 and 4/5. Round the top turn, Matchless Winners, Macmore Dars Park challenging second. Diamond Diggers on the rail, racing third. Gideon LaBelle is fourth and through the stretch. Here they come, they're racing to the half. Matchless Winners, Macmore Dars Park hangs tough second. Diamond Digger is third. Gideon LaBelle moving fourth with cover. Then Fen Dillon, Legitimate Power's been parked. Then it is Miramichi, Darrell, and Dunmore Heather. They were by the half and two. Round the turn, racing now for the 5/8 Matchless Winners. Macmore Dars on the outside second. Diamond Digger on the rail third. Gideon LaBelle fourth. Fen Dillon fifth. Then Legitimate Power, Miramichi, Darrell, and Dunmore Heather. On up the backstretch, racing to the three-quarters. Macmore Dars gets a nose in front. Then Matchless Winners racing on again second. Three wide, Legitimate Power drives on to third now. Gideon LaBelle is racing fourth between horses. Diamond Digger is fifth. 1:35 by the three-quarters round. The top turn. Macmore Dars and Matchless Winners. Legitimate Power wide. Racing third. Gideon LaBelle is fourth. Diamond Digger looks for room. They swing for home. Three wide. It is Macmore Dars, Matchless Winners on the outside. Here comes Legitimate Power. Legitimate Power coming to the top, and here they are. Legitimate Power going to be tight for second between Dunmore Heather, Gideon LaBelle, and Macmore Dars. Time for the mile, 2:06 and 4. Parading now the winner of the 8th race, number 6, Legitimate Power. Brown pacing horse, 5 years. He's by Power Baron from Innocent Affair. Owned by Brian Foster of St. John. Trained and driven by Mike Doyle. That's win number 7 this year for Legitimate Power. He wins tonight, 2:06 and 4. Race out of the 8th race now official. Gideon LaBelle 3rd. Diamond Digger was 6th. Matchless Winners 7th. Fen Dillon was 8th. Mormac Dars 4th. Legitimate Power, your race winner. Dunmore Heather was 2nd. And Miramichi Darrell was 5th. Race times the quarter 30 and 4/5. The half at 1:02. Three-quarters 1:35. Time for the mile, 2:06 and 4. Cornella 6 and 7 paid $11.50. Triactus 671 paid $486.90. And we're all set now for tonight's featured night. Field of 7, approaching the top of the stretch. There's Glengal Canada with John Davidson. Jim Jewel with Gary Vincent. Kiowa Almahurst, Jody Hennessy. Burner's Delight Bob Stevenson. Lady Tricia Bill Nicholson Jr. Snake Charmer Steve Mahar. Melanie Down with Steve Downey, and here they come. Clear off and battling out of there. It is Kiowa Almahurst, Jim Jewel on the inside. Burner's Delight 3 wide third. Brown the turn neck and neck, the 3 leaders. It is Kiowa Almahurst on the outside. Jim Jewel on the rail is racing second. Burner's Delight settles in on the rail. He's racing a third. They go up the backstretch, and Kiowa Almahurst out by a length and a half. Then Jim Jewel and Burner's Delight out moving now from third, rushing on. Burner's Delight goes to second. He grabs the lead as they go racing by the quarter, 29 and 4. Into the top turn, Burner's Delight. Kiowa Almahurst is second. Jim Jewel third. Glengal Cadana fourth. Lady Tricia on the outside, racing fifth. Snake Charmer. Melanie Down is the trailer when they swing off the top turn. Here they come through the stretch. They're racing to the half. Pacing on top. Burner's Delight. Kiowa Almahurst is second. Jim Jewel is racing a third. Then Melanie Down comes rushing up on the outside. 3 wide. Glengal Cadana moving. The half 101 and 4. They swing into the turn now, go racing to the 5/8. Pacing on top, it is a Burner's Delight. Kiowa Almahurst second, Glengal Canana third. Gemini Jewel fourth, and the rail Melanie down outside fifth. The Inquiry Sign is up. Up the backstretch to the 3/4, Burner's Delight. Kiowa Almahurst is second. Glengal Canana third. Melanie down 3 wide. Going on to third, Gemini Jewel is fourth, Snake Charmer, and Lady Tricia 3/4, 134. Into the top turn, Burner's Delight a half length. Melanie down on the outside, challenging a second. Kiowa Almahurst down the rail third, looks for room. Gemini Jewel is fourth. Lee swing for home, Burner's Delight. Melanie down on the outside second, Kiowa Almahurst looking for room and coming on the inside now. It is Burner's Delight, and here they are at the line. It is Burner's Delight. Tight for second, Kiowa Almahurst and Melanie down. Gemini Jewel is fourth. The time for the mile, 2:04 and 4. And off the wire now, the winner of the 9th race, number 4, Burner's Delight. Brown pacing horse 5 by Oil Burner from Exotic Customer. Owned and trained by John Davies of St. John with Bob Stevenson driving. The horse gets his 10th winning trip this year. Tonight, 2-4 and 4. The result of the 9th race, now official. Glengal Canana was 6th. Gemini Jewel, 4th. Kiowa Almahurst was 3rd. Burner's Delight, your race winner. Lady Tricia was 7th. Snake Charmer 5th. And Melanie Down was 2nd. Race times quarter 29 and 4. The half 101 and 4. 3/4 134. The mile 2:04 and 4. Exacta 4 and 7 paid 28.90. And Triacta 473 paid 132.70. Now set now for the 10th, the Gamebridge Express with Tony Haig. Flying Pen with Gary Vincent, Star Son, and Bob Stevenson. Blythe Lobo, John Davidson, Port City Nick with Steve Mahar. Charger Whittaker, Ross McDonald, Wicked Sip, Randy Phillips. Fly Flies Pride with Herman Renaud. Port Tax with Mark Collett. Here they come. They're off, and Charger Whittaker goes swinging for the lead. Flying Pen is on the inside. Blythe Lobo's racing a third. Up on the inside, Port Tax gets to third. Blythe Lobo now fourth. They're neck and neck for the lead as they swing around the turn, and it's Flying Pen by half a length. Charger Whittaker up on the outside, challenging a second. Port Tax is racing third. Blythe Lobo fourth on the outside. On to the quarter, Flying Pen and Charger Whittaker. Port Tax and Blythe Lobo. Wicked Sip racing up on the outside. Then it is a Star Sun, Port City Nick, quarter 31 and 4. Fly Fly's Pride, Gamebridge Express trailing, racing round the top turn. Flying Pen on top, Charger Whittaker second, Port Tax moving now from a third. Blythe Lobo fourth, Wicked Sip parked, racing a fifth. Then Star Sun is on the rail, and they swing through the stretch now. They come racing to the half, facing on top Flying Pen. Then the Port Tax comes to second. Charger Whittaker is now third. Wicked Sip fourth on the outside. That is Blythe Lobo, Star Sun, Port City Nick, Fly Flies Pride, Gamebridge Express. They were by the half and 5. Round the turn, they race on to the 5/8. Flying Pen on top of the leg. On the outside, Port Tax racing second again. Charger Whittaker third. Then Wicked Sip has a fourth. Blythe Lobo fifth. Now Port City Nick gets to fifth. Then Blythe Lobo, Star Sun is on the move. Fly Flies Pride and Gamebridge Express. To the 3/4, it is Flying Pen. Pacing on top, leads a length as they go by the 3/4, 137 and 4. Racing into the top turn, Flying Pen, Charger Whittaker. Port Tax hangs a third now. Wicked Sip is a fourth. Then Port City Nick, Star Sun looks for room. They come by the 7/8 now, and they swing for home. It is Flying Pen showing the way. He's the leader with Charger Whittaker challenging a second. Port City Nick and Port Tax. It is going to be Flying Pen. Here they are at the line. Flying Pen tight for place between Port Tax, Port City Nick, and Charger Whittaker. Time for the mile, 2:10 and 3. Parading now, the winner of the 10th race, number 2 Flying Pen, Bay Pacing gelding, 11 years, by Penn Hanover, from Missy Patsy Cash. Owned, trained, and driven by Gary Vincent of St. John. It's win number 9 this year for Flying Pen. Tonight, 2, 10, and 3. Result of the 10th race now official. Cambridge Express was 7th. Flying Pen, your race winner. Star Sun was 5th. Blythe Lobo, 9th. Port City Nick was 3rd. Charger Widower, 4th. Wicked Sip was 6th. Fly Fly's Pride, 8th. And Port Tax was 2nd. Times a quarter, 31 and 4. Half, 105. 3/4, 137 and 4. And the miles to 10 and 3. Quinella, 2 and 9, paid $7.80. Triacta, 295, 61.60. We're all set down for the 11th and final with a field of 9, and they are approaching the top of the stretch. Ansdorf, Randy Phillips, Brighton Toot, Steve Mahar. Mormac, Coral, Steve Trites, PHF, Llewellyn, Owen Davies. Shake Me, I Fly with Wayne Mahar. Gaelic Calorie, Herman Renault. Arts Bad Penny, John Davidson, Billy's Flirt, Jody Hennessy. Cetera with Mark Collett. Here they come. They're off, and it is a PHF Luella winging forward. She has the lead, and Ansdall racing forward on the inside. Now they're neck and swinging around the turn. PHF Luella on the outside. Ansdall on the inside. Neck as they spring up the backstretch. Now PHF Luella moving out. Ansdall is 2nd, then Cetera 3rd. Shake Me, I Fly is 4th. Arch Bad Penny 5th on the outside. Then in on the trail, it is a Brighton Toot going up on the outside. Billy's a Flirt, then Gaelic Calorie, and Mormac Coral trails. The quarter 30 and 4/5 around the top turn. PHF Luella. Ansdall is 2nd. Cetera is a 3rd. They come by the 3/8 pole now and off the turn. Through the stretch they come racing to the half, and it is PHF Luella pacing out on top with Ansdall racing 2nd up on the outside. Arch Bad Penny comes to 3rd. Cetera's now 4th. Billy's Flirt outside 5th. Shake Me, I Fly, Gaelic Calorie, Mormac Coral, and trailing on the inside, Brighton Toot, and they were by the half and 4. Round the turn. They drive on now for the 5/8 pole. PHF Luella the leader. Ansdall racing 2nd. Arch Bad Penny hangs at 3rd. Cetera looks for From racing 4th. Billy's Flirt is a 5th. Going up 3 wide on the outside, Mormac Coral. Then Gaelic Calorie, Shake Me, I Fly, and Brighton Toot trails. They go racing out by the 3/4, and PHF Luella is the leader. The 3/4, 138 and 1. Top turn, PHF Luella. Ansdall 2nd. Cetera is 3rd. Gaelic Calorie moving up on the inside now comes to 4th. Arch Bad Penny's racing 5th. They come racing by the 7/8, and they swing for home. PHF Luella. Ansdall up on the outside, and Cetera. 3 of them neck to the line. Ansdall, Cetera, PHF Luella. Here they are at the line. Ansdall, Cetera, PHF Luella, and Gaelic Calorie for 4th. The time for the mile, 2:11. Parading now, the winner of the 11th race, number 1, Ansdall. Chestnut Pacing mare, 6 years. She's by Roney Boy out of Cleo's Night. Owned, trained, and driven by Randy Phillips of St. John. It's win number 4 this year for Ansdall tonight in 2:11. And the result of the 11th, now official. Ansdall, your race winner. Brighton Toot was 6th. Mormac Coral 5th. PHF Luella 3rd. Shake Me, I Fly 9th. Gaelic Calorie 4th. Arch Bad Penny was 8th. Billy's Flirt was 7th. And Cetera was 2nd. Race times quarter 30 and 4/5. The half 104. 3/4 138 and 1. Time for the mile 2:11. Quinella 19. Paid $17.80. Triactive 194. Paid $88.70.
Well, there's our Wednesday night show for you here in Cable 6. Let's tell you about Saturday afternoon, the one you'll see Sunday night. The Papermaker and Heels Lad came into the Autumn Gold Series. They'll be joined by Glengall Galaxy, Weston Miracle, Big D, Odd Joe, and Old Time Robbie back in to take a crack at him. The Glengall Galaxy horse, Weston Miracle, and Big D are all tied in points after 3 legs with 11. We'll go to post Saturday at 2, delaying post time a half hour because of the Santa Claus parade in town. Do hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Till the next time from Exhibition Park, Ingham Palmer, it's been a pleasure.
Don't just watch it, live it at Exhibition Park. Come on and come at Exhibition Park.